Hello everybody, welcome to today's experiment which is U3 Fletcher Trolley experiment under the course code KIG 2006. Today we will discuss about this very unique experiment and easy as well. So basically the objective of this experiment is to calculate the acceleration of a body under a constant force. At the same time, we want to calculate the acceleration when the force is changing with time. So we will have two parts for this experiment. The first part, where the trolley will be increasing in weight and the hanger will remain at a constant weight. The second part is vice versa, which is the weight of the hanger will be changing with time, but the trolley will be at a constant weight. We want to see how is the acceleration will react into these two situations and derive the theoretical and the experimental data to further understand the concept of acceleration. Alright, so before we start the experiment, let me introduce you to the apparatus that we have to work with in this setting. So here, the main apparatus is the runaway for the trolley to accelerate on. Here we have the trolley, and the trolley, first of all, we have to measure it, and it's about 500 grams. Here we have the weight that we have to add towards the trolley, and it is 500 grams each. If we move furthermore, we have the hanger, which we will set it up so it can push the pulley through the thread, which will be connected to the hanger and to the trolley as well. And these are the weight increment of 200 grams for the hanger in the second part of the experiment. Here we have the laser, which is connected directly to the laptop and application, which will capture the rotation of the pulley, and it will record it into our computer, the Daisy Lab application, where we can actually see the maximum and the minimum velocity and the time interval. So after we introduce the apparatus briefly, we need to set it up so we can start the experiment. So first thing first is we have to turn on the laptop and open up the Daisy Lab application and set up to a new experimental page. After we turn on the laptop, we make sure that the laptop is connected towards the laser, which will be turned on from this switch, and the laser have to be pointed at the shaded side of the pulley, which will record the acceleration of the body when it's moving towards the end. So now, when we start, we have to make sure that the trolley weight is 500 grams. Close enough. And we make sure that the trolley is connected towards a thread, which we will use to connect it towards the hanger. And the hanger has to be placed on the pulley like this, with the constant weight of 200 grams. Alright, so the first part of the experiment is the weight of the trolley would be increasing by a 500 gram fold, meaning that we will start with a 500 gram empty trolley, then we take the measurement after we release the hanger of a constant weight of 200 grams. The second try will add 500, and then we take the measurement, and so on until we reach the 3 kilogram mark for our first part. Okay. So after we place the trolley on the pathway, and for the first initial value we want to get is its emptiness, which is 500 gram, and then with the 200 gram constant weight of the hanger, we release the hanger before releasing the hanger, we should start the application process and run it. When the hanger is released, you can see there's a changes in the graph, meaning that the velocity is increasing with time. After it is stabilized, we take a screenshot of the results, and from there we can take the maximum, the minimum, and the time interval for each sitting. So for the first part, we try to change the weight of the trolley until we reach the 3 kilogram mark, while increasing it steadily 500 grams each trial. Now for the second part, we will keep the trolley weight constant, and we will be changing the weight of the hanger. So first of all, we will start with the 300 gram. After that, we add 200 more, 600, and then 800, and then 1 kilogram, and finally 1.2 kilogram. All right, so after we completed all our measurements, we have to save each and every one of them on this computer, so later on we can extract them, get the minimum, maximum, and the average velocities, as well as the time interval, to be able to calculate the experimental acceleration. So as you can see here, we save all the documents here, and later on, following the experimental guide and the lab sheet, we can carry on with our lab report. Alright, so after we carried on the first part, which is changing the weight on the trolley while keeping the mass of the hanger the same throughout, we managed to get the results. But for the second part, what we did is we kept the trolley weight constant while we changed the mass of the hanger, so we can know the effect of acceleration of gravity and weight onto the trolley. So when we finish the experiment, we make sure that we turn off the laptop after we save all our files, and we return the weight back to its place, so the next people would find it there and they don't have to look for it. So that's about it all for this lab. Thank you so much for your patience in watching this video, and I hope you've learned something today. Thank you.